Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of RSBANDB Update Supplemental. I am Shane12088, and I hope you have been enjoying our RSBANDB updates, specifically last week's pertaining to the Mighty Fall. But that's not what we're going to talk about this week. This week's topic is something that we all probably deal with daily on RuneScape, and that is bonus experience. Bonus experience actually first appeared in March 2010, when Jagex gave us bonus experience weekends. These are something that everybody look forward to roughly twice a year. They happened in 2010, 2011, and 2012, and it wasn't double XP if you weren't around back then. Basically what happened is they started at 2.7 times and worked its way down to 1.1 times experience after around 11 hours, and there were severe limits on what could be trained. For example, in the original bonus XP weekends, summoning only received a bonus of 1.1 times. And I think Jagex knew the reason for this, and we'll get to that in just a bit later. But anyways, these bonus experience weekends ended in 2012, and they became less frequent with the introduction of Squeal of Fortune and the Prismatic Pendants, which granted a nice amount of bonus XP. Now, these bonus XP weekends, they did cause ripples in the game economy, and that was to be expected. It's something that people knew as soon as it would be announced, and if people were in the market of working with primary resources or things needed to train the artisan skills, people could often make a quick profit. And over time, the economy did recover from these weekends, and I think by the time we reached the last bonus XP weekend, the results were greatly mitigated by announcing the bonus XP weekend in a timely fashion. So fast forward to today, and any 2 days in a row can be bonus XP weekend for a RuneScape player. It's not uncommon to see players with bonus XP banked in total upwards of 2 million, and that's just from daily treasure hunter keys. This can of course go much higher if you purchase the treasure hunter keys with bonds or cash. Now, I personally have enough bonus experience banked to take me from 96 to 98 summoning by only doing half the work. Now remember the last part of that sentence. Half the work. This is great in that it allows those with a mission to accomplish it much faster and spend less time in in-game gold, which, if your time is worthwhile to you, you will definitely do this. The downside to this is that skills that were once prestigious and that they took a lot of work, emphasis on work and not specifically time to level, because there are skills that were downright tedious that just took so much work to level up. I'm thinking of summoning in that, you need to spend so much time gathering the charms and then gathering the secondaries. I think the vast majority of time to level summoning comes from the charm gathering itself. Another example here would be rune crafting before the RuneSpan was introduced. Let's just assume the RuneSpan was never introduced, and imagine the daily life of a rune crafter. It's time and tediously intensive to run back and forth between the ZMI altar in order to make runes at a higher XP rate. So of course, we would love bonus XP for that. But anyways, in a game that's not based around endgame mechanics, as RuneScape is not, it doesn't make sense to rush for certain levels unless you really love that skill, or you're in some form of a skill of the month competition and you need to win. So I'm of the belief, and have really become of the belief in the last 3 or 4 years, that RuneScape should be about the journey of where you want to be, not necessarily getting there in the fastest or most efficient way possible. It's experiencing what the game has to offer and having fun while doing it. It was once said by the original creator of RuneScape, Andrew Gower, that there were certain skills in game that should have been downright impossible to level to 99, and this is largely the case in RS Classic. 2 skills that immediately pop into my mind are mining and smithing, and hence why Rune ore is at 85 mining. That would take forever to level up to in RuneScape Classic. So while it might seem is that I want to get rid of Treasure Hunter and just totally gut bonus experience from the game, that's not true. I am not hating on the Treasure Hunter mechanic of bonus experience in general. I want to be absolutely clear about that. I think bonus experience has its place on Treasure Hunter. It's just given out far too frequently in such a way that the bonus experience mechanic needs to be moderated by Jagex in a way that Jagex controls when we receive bonus experience. Now, the most obvious solution would be to just remove the Fallen Stars from Treasure Hunter and go back to the old type of bonus XP weekends where we have a certain dungeoneering type weekend or maybe a combat weekend, something like that. That would work. The other thing that we could do is just simply make Fallen Stars and lamps on Treasure Hunter much, much more rare. So what do you think? Is bonus XP negatively affecting the game experience? Or is it a sign of the times that some skills need to be made harder once again? Personally, I believe that bonus XP needs to be more moderated, but that's just me. Let me know what you think. I'm interested to hear what our community thinks on this matter. And, of course, if you have questions on this or want to discuss this, you can always pop on over to the RSBANB update forums at rsbnb.com/forums. And remember, if you like what you hear here, hit that little subscribe button. See you next week, everyone.